Hey, how's it going, folks? It's me, author, speaker Joe Woodley, and this evening I'm going to talk to you about eliminating safe spaces, the need to eliminate safe spaces. So something I talk to my son about all the time, and when I get opportunities to speak before groups, whether it's religious or public or private institutions of higher learning, one thing I always talk about is that we need to eliminate what we call safe spaces. That it's important for people to learn to work with individuals, to communicate with individuals whom they may devoutly disagree with. It's called real life. I talk to my son about that all the time. Everyone is not going to agree with you. You're not going to like everyone, and everyone is not going to like you. That's called real life. And what safe spaces do is they foster an environment where social interaction, healthy social interaction, is retarded. You're not developing the skills, the knowledge, and the know-how to navigate situations with people who you may not agree with, or who come from different environments, different backgrounds, different nationalities, different ethnicities, right? And so these safe spaces foster that type of environment. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay to be bullied. I'm not saying that it's okay to be intentionally abrasive or rude or disruptive. But the fact of the matter is that's also a part of life, and people have the right to be rude. People have the right to be disruptive. People have the right to be mean. People have the right to be nasty. Now, you also have the right to push back against that. You have the right to stand up for yourself. And safe spaces don't allow people to develop the skills to push back against that. Instead, what we're doing is we're creating an environment or society that's filled up with a bunch of tribes. Everyone's taking sides, and no one knows how to communicate. No one knows how to negotiate. No one knows how to look beyond what they see on the exterior or what they're hearing with their ears. One thing that I really pride myself on is the ability to work with anyone from any environment. I have worked with people who were blatant racists. I have worked with people who were antisocial. I've worked with people who had great personalities, no personality, any type of personality. And my focus has always been on, can we get the job done? And how do we navigate the differences that we have in our personalities, the differences that we have in our belief systems, so that we can accomplish the task at hand. Because ultimately, you're getting paid to produce, right? Well, a safe space eliminates all of that. And it gives this false notion that you want to work with people who think like you, work with people who look like you, work with people who have come from the same background as you, and you are ill-equipped and ill-prepared to know how to work with individuals who are not just like you. And it's also very dangerous to only be around people who think just like you, because you then all have the same exact weaknesses. I'm going to say that again. You have the same exact weaknesses. It's good to be around people who have, I'm not saying viewpoints that are polar opposites, but you need people who can challenge your viewpoint. That's actually very healthy, because no one has all the answers. No one has all the solutions. I have friends of mine whom I love and care for deeply, and they don't agree with me on everything, and I don't agree with them on everything. And as the scripture says, iron sharpens iron. That's what we do. So I am totally 100% opposed to these supposed safe spaces. You are going to be offended in life, and people have the right to be offensive. That's just the way it is. And you also have the right to offend other individuals, not to be cruel or disruptive or violent or any of those other things. But people have the right to disagree. It's important that you develop the skills to navigate those disagreements. Safe spaces are like hiding out. It's actually kind of cowardice, because it's what it's saying is, I don't have the skills, I don't have the emotional maturity, the knowledge and the know-how to negotiate with people who don't think like I think, and so I'm going to kind of find people who are like-minded, and I'm going to hide out and stay away from them. And that's just not the way things work. Any successful organization, any successful entity is comprised of individuals who have various viewpoints, various world perspectives, and it's important that we begin to see that. So I encourage you to get out there and get to know people who don't think like you. Get to know people who don't look like you. Some of the best relationships, friendships that I've had in my life have been with people who have had polar opposite worldviews with. Those have been some of the best. Those have been some of the greatest discussions I've ever had. They've challenged me and I've challenged them, and they forced me to grow. And I hopefully forced them to do the same. Okay? So to all those universities and colleges that are fostering this, you're doing tremendous amount of damage to our society. I'm saying down with the safe spaces. Let's get back to interacting with each other. Let's get back to talking to one another. Let's get back to knowing one another. Whether you agree with someone or not, let's get back to being human. Let's get back to communicating and loving one another, all right? So God bless you. I would love to hear your opinion on the topic. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. God bless.